into the Brookes Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and our guest, Megan.
What's up, everybody?
Oh man, Brooke is out of town, and we have Megan back. Yay! Megan's finally stopped coughing enough to talk.
Finally.
Yeah, so she's gonna fill in for this week. Hopefully, next episode we'll have everyone back, because it's been a little up and down. We need the gang back together, okay? But hit that subscribe button. We have one new subscriber, okay? You know what I said, 100 sub giveaway. So like, comment, subscribe. Get to that 100 subscribers, okay? No rant today. Brooke's not here. And
no rant.
And I know it's your guys' favorite part, but nothing to rant about. But let's give them a little update. So it is August 20th, Sunday. The final matchup just concluded. So we know who's going into the second round of playoffs for us. So I won. I'm going on to the second round against my dad. And Brooke won. She made it to the second round. She's going against Megan. And I know
her team is scary.
Yeah. They are peaking at the right time, okay? So it's going to be a good matchup because Megan obviously only lost like one game this season, and Brooke's team is peaking at the right time. So that'll be fun. I'm excited.
One of us will be ranting next week.
Yeah. It's going to be a good show. So tune in because someone is going to be mad. And I will also be mad if I lose too. So just tune in. We'll know. Okay, so let's get into the fantasy stuff. The beasts from last week. I'm gonna pop them up. Some ones I want to highlight. Cheyenne Parker, 45 fantasy points. Good for her. I feel like, she's been pretty consistent, but then hit that bump after All-Star break. So good to see her on here. But we always got our usuals. We got Asia Wilson, NECA, Joel Lloyd, Brittany Sykes. Arike's back on here. She hasn't been on here in a while. 50 fantasy points versus Connecticut. And then also Chelsea Gray, 52 fantasy points versus New York. Half these names, by the way, are on Brooke's team for reference. Let's keep that in mind.
For real.
But over to the bus, we got Queen Egbo, 4 fantasy points. Jessica Shepard, 3 fantasy points, which is surprising because she's getting the start now. So that's concerning. Victoria Vivian's 2 fantasy points. Dejanay Carrington, 7 fantasy points. Nalissa, 11 fantasy points. And then Courtney Williams, 12 fantasy points. Thank you, Courtney Williams, for that 12 fantasy points against me. I appreciate it. It helped me with the win. And Queen with the 4 fantasy points. That actually also helped me. So thank you guys. Shout out to you. I'm on to the next round, okay?
Shout out to Washington's coach doing that rotation.
For real.
All right, so now we have news and notes. We have Ariel Atkins signed a contract extension with Washington. She got paid.
Yeah, paid.
Then we got Alana Coates. She signed another 7-day contract with Las Vegas. Liz Dixon signed another 7-day contract with Phoenix. Christine Onigwe signed a 7-day contract with Connecticut. And poor Ashley Jones got released by Phoenix.
Yeah.
Sad to see you go, but people came back, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe she signs another 7-day. Because, they have to release them and then sign them again. So she might get signed again by Phoenix.
Come out,
exactly.
Then we have some injuries. And let me tell you, this was a stressful week for Brooke. Ryan Howard out of nowhere.
Horrible.
Out with a face injury.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Hopefully she comes back. I don't know how severe. She looked fine on the bench, so we'll see.
I think it's precaution.
Nia Coffey. Yeah, I mean, what are they doing in practice? Something's rough. With Nia Coffey out with a hand as well.
Yeah, weird.
Practice needs to calm down.
For real.
Odyssey Sims, hamstring. She's going to be out. Lexi Hall, shoulder out. Lindsay Allen, her hand. She's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So it's going to be a lot of, guards off the bench. Banham, what's her name? Is that how you say it? Banham. Yep. She'll be getting a lot of play time. Brittany Griner, health protocol, day to day. Don't know when she's going to come back.
Yeah.
Diana Taurasi, Diana Taurasi went out in today's game with a toe injury. So don't know what's going on there. Hopefully we'll hear more. Hopefully she's out next week because I play Brooke. Shakira Austin, she was just out to rest today. And Deladon, man, Elena, I need you to come back and be yourself this next 2 weeks, please. Okay, now it's her hip. I mean, come on, girl. get it together. You started off so strong this season. I just need you to finish out these next 2 weeks, please.
For real. And I'm hoping this rest day for Shakira means she's full force ready to go next week, because I need to know. I need to know if you're back on my squad, okay, Shakira?
And I need some regular minutes from Washington. Like, I need that back to that normal rotation
where they never came out.
No, for real.
Starting 5 the whole game. That's what we need. We need for our playoff push.
Seriously.
Okay, so over to the waiver wire rankings. So let's go over the schedule count. So everyone has 3 games except Phoenix, Washington, Indiana, and New York. I think that's fine with me, actually, because I don't have a lot on New York or Phoenix, so fine with me. So over to the rankings, we're gonna go day by day matchups. So 8/22 Tuesday, we got Vegas versus Atlanta, Connecticut versus Washington, Seattle versus Chicago, and Dallas versus Minnesota. So I'm gonna pop up the waiver wire rankings like last episode. Obviously, Sammy Whitcomb is at the top.
Yeah,
like she's the most consistent, plays a lot of minutes. Tiffany Mitchell, you need to go after her. Lindsay Allen's out for 4 to 6 weeks. You can ride with Tiffany Mitchell probably the rest of your playoffs. She should be a priority as well. She's been doing good the last couple games too as well. So pick her up. The next little chunk we got here, Rebecca Allen, Tori Walker-Kimbrough, Crystal Dangerfield. Let me preface this by Washington players are going to be risky because of Deladon and all these other injuries. Like, obviously Atkins is back and she's probably not, she's not going to be limited any longer. But with Shakira and Deladon, it's like so up in the air on how to rank the people off the bench, like Egbo and Tiana Hawkins, because they can have a rest day. They can get re-injured. We don't know. The rest day for Shakira Austin came out of nowhere. Deladon's hip out of nowhere. So take this with a grain of salt. Their rankings should move depending on Deladon and Shakira Austin's statuses, okay? Obviously, we have Tiana Hawkins, Queen Egbo kind of back-to-back. With Deladon out, I mean, Queen Egbo is viable. With Deladon in, she is not. Keep that in mind. Moving down to our riskier tier, Alicia Clark, Danielle Robinson, Ari McDonald, Kia Stokes. And then we had Jordan Horston on this list, but she suffered an injury today's game. So
shoulder, I think. It looked it looked bad.
But with that said, we don't know who's going to be starting in her spot. So keep that in mind. I don't know if it's going to be Kia Nurse. I still don't think I would pick up Kia Nurse if she steps in for her, honestly. So keep that in mind. I mean, those names are more risky. I know Alicia Clark, I had to pick her up for this last playoff week. I mean, she got 11 and 15 points. But hey, I needed those points. That is viable. I would say everyone below Alicia Clark was going to give you less. Like, I think they're going to be...
She's not giving a big upside, though, lately, but...
No, but it's safe. It's going to give you at least 10 points. That's enough. So, I mean, take a look at the list. That's how we feel they should be ranked. I mean, I know it's slim out there. Our waiver wire slim. Half these names aren't out there. So, we understand when you're picking up the Ari McDonald, Alicia Clark, because that's what I had to do. Half the names on the above are not there. I think I skipped over Crystal Dangerfield and Kalani Brown, but Crystal Dangerfield, I feel, has been way more consistent over the last couple of games. I know she took a dip. Don't be surprised if she takes another dip, but the last couple of games she has been pretty consistent. And then Kalani Brown is a good backup off the bench for Tierra McCowan. She's still pretty viable. She's going to have some downs, but she'll also give you 20 points. So that's a good upside. Okay, over to 8/23 Tuesday, Phoenix versus LA. We got Clarendon at the top. I mean, you got to grab her. Honestly, she's doing really well. As much as we don't like to admit it, she's doing really well. So she is the must pick up. Mariah Jefferson. I mean, Mariah Jefferson gets you a couple points. I mean, I'd like her on my team. And then here's where it gets a little tricky. Because we have Megan Gustafson and Michaela Onyenwere. But this is only because Brittany Griner has that health protocol thing. So we don't know when she's going to come back. If Brittany Griner plays, it's where it gets tricky. Because you have to bet on one of them. I think I would bet on Gustafson over Onyenwere. She just has the higher upside. Onyenwere is a good athlete, but I think I would lean the Gustafson side. And then... honestly, I might take Carly Samuelson over Onion Wary if Griner's back. But
we'll keep an eye out for
the Diana
Taurasi.
dross, Diana injury also affects this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Michaela Onion-Ware, Carly Samuelson, I feel like you can go either way on that one, but I think I would favor Gustafsson over both of them.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Over to the 24th, New York versus Connecticut, Seattle versus Indiana, Las Vegas versus Chicago, Minnesota versus Dallas. Same kind of tier rankings. We're going to pop them up. I did add Grace Berger at the bottom. I glanced at her log. I mean, she's getting like 11, 12, 13, 14 points. Could be helpful. She gets some good minutes, especially with Lexi Hull out. If she's all that's out there, I mean, I'd pick her up. I mean, if I really needed someone, and she's out there on our wire. So, and the tricky ones are New York. I don't know. I can't trust anyone's on New York. Their bench, the Maureen Johannes, Kayla Thornton duo. They're so up and down. I don't know. They're confusing, and I think we might have ranked them a little too high.
Well, the last couple games. I mean, I know they were playing like Las Vegas, so they were big time games where New York needed scores on the floor. Yeah. But I mean, Marina, she deserves more minutes, and you can see when she gets more minutes, she can do a lot more on the floor. Yeah. She needs time to like warm up and hit those shots, but I'm thinking to win games, they have to play her more. So keep an eye on that. And if you see the minutes stay the same, I would pick her up and play her.
Yeah, it is hard. I agree. She deserves minutes. She's a very talented player. But hey, we're not the coach. We just have to go off the numbers. Yeah. We might have ranked them a little high. I know Chrissy Walls is in there because of, Lexi Hull injury and stuff like that. But I mean, she's still not as consistent.
Yeah. So they rotate too much when it comes to the guards anyway. So
yeah. So it's like whoever's hot, they just stay with kind of. So pick with caution, like we always say. But some points are better than 0 points.
Exactly.
Over to the 25th, LA versus Atlanta. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit similar. Clarendon at the top. Danielle Robinson's been doing pretty well too, but the Ryan Howard injury also contributed to her doing well. Yeah. I don't think the Ryan Howard injury is serious. I think they took it as a precaution. They don't play till what I said, Tuesday, next Tuesday or something like that. So I mean, if Robinson's there, maybe pick her up. I know when Ryan's back, I've seen her throw up a 3-point game. Okay, so don't be surprised. But then we have Carly and then Erin McDonald. I know Erin McDonald can get you like 25 on a good day, but she can also get you like 5. So
just depends on the matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Samuelson at least can get you a good 10, a good solid 10 every time. So that's what I would do there. Over any objection?
No.
Okay.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Over to the 26th, we got Las Vegas versus Washington and New York versus Minnesota. Obviously these are all going to be kind of similar for the rest of the way. We'll pop them up and we'll highlight a couple. Obviously, Tiffany Mitchell, I already said I think you should pick her up for the rest of the playoffs, so she should be gone. And then monitor the Washington players because we don't know. Maybe this ranking is good because they rest Deladon again or they rest Shakira again. You just never know. But I don't know. Maybe I would if someone's getting rest, I think I would have Tiana over Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. But I think if everyone's back, I would have Shatori over the bigs.
Well, I mean, it's getting down to the wire. So this whole rest thing, I mean, they're not going to be able to do it too much longer because they're going to have to start thinking about where they want to end up seed-wise for playoffs. Yeah. So, I'm thinking going into this next week that rest stuff is going to kind of go out the window and because they're close. I mean, if you look at the rankings, some of the teams are like a game apart. So
yeah, exactly.
The rest has to stop. You got to just, figure out where you want to end your season so you know who you might seed up against. But just got to keep an eye on it, I guess.
Just monitor it. I mean, every day it's something new, especially with Washington. Yeah. So keep your eye out on that. The 27th, LA versus Connecticut, Atlanta versus Indiana, Dallas versus Phoenix, Chicago versus Seattle. I have Clarendon over Whitcomb. Yeah.
Mm.
Whitcomb over Clarendon. I don't know. Clarendon's been doing very well.
Yeah. I mean, but LA plays Connecticut, but LA did really good versus Vegas the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think that's up in the air. I think you can get a 50-50.
yeah, I think I would put Sammy first,
I
but
think
I think it's just because I don't like Clarendon.
But I think Clarendon will be more available in leagues compared to Sammy.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I think that's why I
Exactly.
have her number one. And then a bunch of guards you can go with: Crystal Dangerfield, Mariah Jefferson, even Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen has
Yep.
spurts of good games. She has a high ceiling.
She had a good day today. Yep.
And then, like we said, you get to the Phoenix players. Depending on who's healthy that game, they could be lower. I'd like them. I'd like them here though with Kalani Brown. I think I would play them
Yeah.
over the rest, over Chrissy Wallace, Samuelson, McDonald, Berger, Jordan Horston.
Yeah.
The only reason Jordan Horston is ranked this low is because she's hurt, or
Yeah.
I don't know. She's been dealing with that shoulder all season, so I don't know how serious it is or not. But I mean, that's what I would do. For example, like last week, I was picking up crazy people at the bottom. Like I said, Alicia Clark. I had Alicia Clark for like 2 days with her 11 points. So you just have to be open to it. Like we always say, some points are better than none. I don't know. Any advice, Megan, going into the fantasy week? It's second round of
Well,
playoffs.
I mean, yeah, season's coming to an end. This is the time to risk stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to drop players to pick up players to get points for that day, I'm gonna be doing it this week against Brookes. So
yeah,
it's just yeah, you can't. There's no more holding for the future.
No,
you got to take every game day by day and just try to do everything to win that week. So
yeah, like for example, I had to drop Sammy Whitcomb and Tiana Hawkins because I had to move Shakira Austin off my IR, and I had to pick up a Las Vegas ace because I had no aces going against a team that had 2 players. So I had to pick up Clark. Obviously, it's a huge downgrade. Yeah. And both my players got sniped, but I had to risk it. I had to go for it because I needed players. And look, I won. Yep. So you have to risk it sometimes. You have to think that day. Don't think of too far in the future because you might not be playing for the championship in the future. You have to win every day. That's a good motto. Win every day. That's a good one. Go with that. But let us know how you guys are doing. Did you make it to your next round of playoffs? I know most of you have the 2-week playoffs. So you're going into the second half of your week. So let us know if you are in the lead, if you think you might lose, or if you might win. Let us know. All the luck to you guys. We're struggling over here. I'm just glad I beat my brother because he had 1 win. Okay. But he did good. He put up a good fight. I was scared. He had me a little scared there. But next week will be entertaining for sure. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But any other words of advice, Megan?
No. I'm busy trying to figure out how I'm going to take Brooke down.
It's crazy because when Brooke's on here, she's worried about you. So you guys are just gonna have a good matchup. Like I can't wait. That's gonna be my entertainment.
It's gonna come down to the wire.
It is.
I promise you.
To the last day.
Because I am one that will literally play day to day. I don't care. It's all about this week, and I cannot lose to Brooke. I played so well all season.
Yeah.
I cannot not be in the championship game.
I feel like we should have a behind the scenes of you and Brooke every day until I feel like that would be good content. Like that would be funny. Just how you guys are stressing out thinking about one another. Because it's funny. She literally says the same thing about you when you aren't here. So
Diana, I love you, but it's time to hurt a hip. It's time to
She's hurt her toe. She didn't come back. I don't know if she's gonna play, honestly.
Man, I hope you're out, man. Just take a rest week all week.
Oh my god. Well, hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Let us know how you're doing. I know we didn't have a second video last week. We probably won't have one this week, but the following week we will, because all 3 of us will be back. We're trying to coordinate our schedules. It's been a little crazy. Our summers are crazy. But let us know maybe a topic you think we should discuss on our next episode, actually, because I'm always looking for new topics just to stay current, just to get everyone's opinions, even to get our 3 opinions, because we always differ. But subscribe, hit that subscribe button, 100 sub giveaway. And like we always say, we'll be back next week with more videos. Peace.